90% of the people which told me, I will practice 4 hours a day, I will practice 5 hours a day, 10 hours a day, they ended up playing 0 hours a day. In my experience, I have seen so. So I tell you one thing, enthusiasm is great, and all this initial strength we get in the mind has to be properly channeled, because most of the people that tells me this thing, or I want to take this very seriously, I will practice 4 hours, they can't do it. This is the reason why, is because you first need to go by gradient by gradient achieving. For example, we in our study program, in Skype lessons, we start with 20 minutes a day. First you have a minimum of 20 minutes. If you can play these 20 minutes every day, but it doesn't matter that even if the sun disappears or the mountains melt, you don't blame any excuse there to not do it. You just follow this program perfectly well. You play 20 minutes only, but 20 minutes perfectly practiced, or proper practice, under supervision. But I explain you personally in Skype what you have to do there. And if you can do that 20 minutes every day, steady, and don't fail to do it, then you can increase to 30 minutes. I tell you when, because the results will be obvious and also provable. Because when you record, here in CFG will record, the homeworks are recorded data in video, on list videos, of YouTube videos. So then we know exactly if we are doing it or not. Therefore, once we can do 20 minutes a day, then we go for 30 minutes. Then we go for 40 minutes a day. And then we go for 1 hour a day. And 1 hour, I tell you one thing, 1 hour practice every day is a lot of time. Also because you will harness every second of it. And with 20 minutes of proper practice, you will advance more than 10 years of just fooling around and going on, wandering all over for 10 years. Because people go on wasting a lot of time on this thing. That's why I am answering you this, about the amount of time. This amount of time has to be given to you by the teacher also. It's not something that you can do it on your own again. Do it yourself and be confused forever. Watch at the description, I explain this in detail, because you don't know how much you can assimilate and really digest of the stuff. But I tell you how you can do it. And then of course I'm not saying don't practice more. What I'm saying is that I have hundreds of students. Right now I have more than 100 active students. But I have had many, and hundreds and hundreds in many years. And I have seen the symptoms, how some stop playing, some they still keep playing, like that. Why? Well, because at some point, or they could not fulfill the quote, or they also become discouraged because they couldn't achieve the thing, or become lazy, or become distracted, or deviate, or do many other things, right, that put them apart from music. Some of them, and others are very steady. But those people who could play 20 minutes daily, they achieve success, and they keep, through the years, they still are there on. Right? They are in the thing. So why? Because this is proper practice. Therefore it means that even 5 minutes of proper practice means more than 5 years wasting your time with, say, wrong methods, or the self-assessment stuff. How you will do an assessment yourself? It's not possible, because you don't know what you need to improve. Right? Therefore, this supervision is very necessary, and go through the steps properly also. Therefore, if you have, say you have 3 hours a day to practice, or 2 hours, okay, great. But first, prove me that you can practice 20 minutes steady. And if you can do that, say for 3 months in the program, then it means you can go for a little bit more. This dosage will increase until you can play a certain amount of time, like say 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. This is a very high level of practice, really speaking, because you can do that 3 days, and the 4th day you miss that, and then the 5th day you don't do it, and then the 6th day, or you cannot play 1 day 3 hours, then 1 day half hour, 3 weeks not. That doesn't work. It works little bit, little dosages, but continuous practice. And to do that, you have to be in the Skype lessons, because this is the only way that we control this training, just exactly same like a sport. All of this is same like if it was a sport, same with the fingers. And therefore, once you get to that point in which you can play 20 minutes daily, doesn't matter what, you still do it, then you are prepared to play more, and then you have no problem. But all these things that I play 4 hours, I have 5 hours, that's not true. It's just a self-cheating thing, really speaking. Look, Paco practiced 11 hours a day in youth, and I could never do more than 8, because at the 9th hour I was just like crazy freaking out. It's very difficult to focus 9 hours on this thing, but 8 I could do at some point. And then also now some days I practice 2 or 3 hours a day. This is a lot already, but because this is of a training, proper training that makes you able to do it. Therefore, the essence is that you need to get the training, and first you have to test yourself in playing 20 minutes daily, and if you can do that, then you can do more. Otherwise, it's not true. And then, therefore, I hope this answers your question. This is very important to know how to practice, not what, how and how much time you will practice. This is very important. 20 minutes we divide in 2 sections. 10 minutes one thing, 10 minutes another, and that's more than enough. And if you can do that, then you can do more. Otherwise, it will not be true. It will be just, say, well, statistic up and then down, like that's not good. We have to go up and continue steady going up the way to the path of achievement. Thank you, and I see you next time.